Hey, what's up, weirdos? Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So sometimes I need some inspo, and I found this picture. I think it was on Google, and I fell in love with it, and I wanted to recreate it. I'm going to do my best to do a little recreation. I'm going to use this color from Revel. I think it's called Dreamy, along with, this is a dual purpose. It's like a glitter dip / chrome. I'm going to use a little bit of clear from DNI, you know, the usual suspects, along with my ManiBoss dip liquids. And I'm going to try to do this as close to the original photo as possible, which is going to start with 3 nails, thumb, index, and middle dipped into that beautiful minty green color. This is going to be very basic, nothing crazy going on here. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Marlakris. I'm so glad you're here. Consider subscribing if you like nail content. I do this twice a week, every week. And if you need a very beginner-friendly, basic, step-by-step, how to do your own dip nails at home type video, I will leave a video for you up in the cards. Very easy to follow. Nothing much more than what I'm doing right here. I'm just doing 2 full dips of color. I'm going to encapsulate with a dip of clear. That's my normal routine. And then we're going to move on to the super easy color block. I'm calling it a color block. It's like a diagonal French type design. I'm not using any gel for the design. I'm going to do gel top coat later because that's just what I usually do. But you can totally omit the gel 100%. Use only dip liquids for this look. I'm going to go ahead, finish up my solid nails, and then we're going to get into the Freestyle color block. You guys are going to have to let me know down below where you pull your inspo from, because I see you. I do. I see you on my Facebook group. I see you on Instagram. I see all your things, and I'm just curious, do you do the same thing that I do? Because I'll do a Google nail search for like trendy nail art for now, like summer nail trends and stuff like that. That's kind of what I do when I'm needing some inspo. Not all my stuff is original. I don't come up with ideas. I'm not, I don't know, that kind of a thinker, I guess. Sometimes I come up with a good idea, but often I feel like I need to pull inspo from other artists, and I find that that is completely okay as long as you're giving credit where credit is due. Now, I don't know the artist that did this set initially, but you saw the photo. I'm going to try and tag her on Instagram if I can find her. So you got what? You have to let me know where you guys find your inspiration for all the beautiful nail sets that you do. If you're not in my Facebook group yet and you would like to be, I will leave a link down below for you. Everything that I'm using in the video will be linked down below in the description of the video. Per my usual, in case there's anything you feel like you want to check out or questions about, feel free to hop down there. If you look to the right, there's a little V to the right of, I guess, my name. And if you click that V, the description box pops up. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. I've had a lot of people ask me in the recent past how to get to this do I know words? How to get to the description box. And I'm like, I've never explained that. Maybe I should. Well, there you go. Click that little V to the right and it should just pop up. I don't know if you can get to it on your TV, if that is where you are watching me, but on your phone and computer, that's how you get there. TV, couldn't tell you. I don't do YouTube on TV. The hands are too big. They're intimidating. Okay, so we're gonna get into the color block portion of the video. I'm gonna use the same green, the minty blue, Tiffany, whatever green color. And I'm going to do clear as the background. These are my natural nails. I have nothing over them. I have no builder gel, no peel base, no nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my base to the entire nail just like I've been doing. Then I'm going to dip into the green at kind of an angle, and you can do this however you want to do it, whatever angle you want. If you want to do it straight, do it straight. You want to do a diagonal like me. And then we're going to fill in the gap or the negative space with the clear dip powder. So I'm going to repeat that process on my other nail, my pinky nail. Now, if you're wondering why can't you just dip the rest of your nail into the clear, you can. However, I have found in my experience doing these types of color blocks and French manicures that if you dunk your whole nail that you just dipped into another color like the green or like a white, and you dip it into clear or pink or whatever your second color is, you run the risk, and it is a substantial risk, of moving that line and having some of that green dip powder kind of go above that line, and it can look a little messy or almost like an ombre. And if that's the look you're going for, go for it. But I wanted kind of a clean line, so I didn't want to disrupt it. So I'm pouring over the clear dip powder instead of dunking it in, just for my own personal sanity. I know that line's not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to dust off excess. You may see me using a stiff scrubby brush. I swear by this thing. I feel like it just gives you the thinnest layers possible and takes off all the excess to reduce contamination with your liquids. Because if you've ever had your base get gunky and goopy and weird, you know, and I try to avoid that at all costs. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process. When you're doing your second dip, you want to make sure you are lining things up as best as possible. That way you can keep that line as sharp and as crisp as possible. And then I'm going to pour over the clear. And then once I'm done with the pinky nail, I'm going to cap everything in clear, activate, file and buff. And yes, there will be a kind of uneven surface on the two accent nails because the pigmented powder, the green powder, is denser than the clear acrylic. So it's going to be a little bit thicker. Super easy to fix with filing, just takes a little extra effort. Didn't take me very long at all. It will, of course, depend on how many dips you're doing in your nail length, if you're building an apex and all that stuff. But for me, it didn't take terribly long at all. I'm going to go do all of that off camera. I will leave my filing video down in the description and up in the cards for you guys in case you're curious about how I do that. And when I come back, I'm going to show you how to do the little chrome accent. So I went ahead, did all my filing and shaping and buffing, and here's what we are looking like so far. As you can see, I got everything nice and smooth and flush, and they are ready for top coat if you wanted to stop here. But I tend to be a little extra. We're going to do a little chrome accent. Now, I apologize to those of you who have a gel allergy. I have not found a non-gel method of doing this that I like. If and when that happens, I will share it with you, but I'm using no wipe gel top coat and a liner brush. I'm just going to make an imperfect squiggly type line. I'm not trying to line it up with the smile line. I'm being very abstract here because perfection is an illusion, right? It's not real. So I'm not trying to be that. I don't even know English today. So anyway, I'm going to get my squiggles done. I'm going to flash cure them for 10 seconds. This is the trick. Flash cure for 10 seconds, take them out of the lamp, and then we're going to rub on the chrome. Did my little flash cure. I'm going to take a little bit of that chrome powder. I'm just using the lid, and I'm going to rub that into that semi-cured no wipe gel top coat. So once I get it rubbed in, I'm going to very gently dust off excess, and then I'm going to cure it for a full minute. Now, I know a lot of people tend to miss this step and then wonder why they have gel allergies. If you are leaving uncured product on your nail, you can definitely cause a gel allergy. You want to make sure you're fully curing everything, every step. So I'm going to cure full minute. Here it is, fully cured, and now I can really brush off excess because that chrome is now cured into that top coat. Once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and top coat. I would recommend doing a gel base first if you're wanting a really long-lasting manicure, because gel can peel off your nail if it's too smooth. Tip powder, we usually buff the crap out of it, so it's very smooth. I only keep my manicures on for a week. I'm still wearing this one. Matter of factly, it's been just about a week. I don't want to take it off. I love it so much. Literally one of my favorite manicures of all time ever. So we're going to put on the gel top coat, cure for a full minute, and this is the finished look. I could not be more in love with the way these came out. I'm so grateful to whoever did this manicure before me and gave me the inspo to do it myself. Not bad with my non-dominant hand too, right? Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you, bye.